welcome back everyone to another episode of Think Space podcast. And today we're gonna discuss the evolution of real estate in Calgary.
Oh, should be fun.
Should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a sudden change has been noticed after the
COVID time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things changed more rapidly, more quickly, and the whole landscape of real estate criteria has changed overnight, I would say.
Well, for sure. Yeah. You got backyard spaces suddenly becoming, more popular, more used. Like contractors and stuff were so busy like during that time as
Really?
well. Just trying to make the space. You got offices as well. The need for like technologies, and then affordability obviously became an issue too. But yeah, just a lot of those home elements became a pretty, important, thing for pretty much everybody, because we were kind of more stuck at home for a little while there, and it just kind of made you realize, okay, maybe I need to work on these spaces.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I mean, when all these restrictions were in place, you can't go outside, then you have to start think about maybe buying a bigger space.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the real estate picked up. Initially it went down,
Mm-hmm.
and in 2019, after maybe June, July, it kind of skyrocketed.
Yeah. Oh, it's even just the suburban
Yeah.
type of neighborhoods, acreages, like all those different property types really caught fire. Maybe inner city-ish, downtown-ish didn't really, appeal as much anymore, or condo living and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But, things are kind of restabilizing again, but it's, I think people have had a look at what that kind of living looks like, and then realized, okay, we kind of like it over here because we can still do remote work.
Exactly.
From home. And there's still remote work going on to this day.
Yeah.
Or hybrids. Yeah.
So how did, what are the other factors? Like maybe because all the gyms were closed, all the entertainment centers were closed, so people were working from home. They have to work out. They are looking for entertainment. They need bigger space for everything. How did everything changed, and how that affected your business, real estate, client-wise? Like what happened there?
Yeah, well, I guess for the outside spaces and everything, I know lots of people are doing more things like going to, parks and then having their home gym set up. And it was quite different. So a lot of people had a reality check on that front. But in terms of our business, it became a little harder, I think.
Yes.
Showings, restrictions, don't touch this, don't touch that. In a way, I kind of liked it because you don't have to touch the lights. The lights are on. I remember those times. But it's back to in quotation normal. I think we're kind of back to that level again. We don't have to think about it occasionally or run into some COVID restrictions or something for somebody, maybe because they have an autoimmune condition or something, some health issue at the home, and they just can't have people like touching stuff and playing with stuff while they're at the home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all that people that looking for bigger houses,
Mhm.
more workspace in the house, big backyards.
Mm-hmm.
Did that elevate the prices of the houses? Like did that?
I think it's just the demand part of it. Like, we saw real estate, across the board in Canada just escalate during the COVID times.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's also, there's other aspects of it as well. The inflationary aspects, which really hit hard on everything. And just naturally asset values do go up when your dollar value does go down, because they're just literally printing money for a while there,
Mhm.
handing
Yes.
it out
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not getting it back essentially, not
Yes.
all of it anyway. So it's it's interesting just to see the after effects.
What happened to all the towns that were attached to these big cities? Like Calgary has Cochrane, Adrie, Chestermere, Okotoks, High River.
Well,
What happened there?
They were popular too, because with remote living and them having like a bit of a smaller town vibe or feel, what a lot of people like. It's not as like, go, go, go. It's kind of a little more quiet, right?
Yeah.
With that lifestyle. Those places definitely caught fire. Even Airdrie, I was just surprised. Like some of the home prices there were pretty close to what Calgary was offering too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did that had any long-term impact on maybe builders going out into these smaller communities more and expanding it, like more construction?
I think it's all the same. The problem was new construction was an issue with all, supply issues, problems there. Just trying to build, release. I remember just getting a lot in general. Like there wasn't enough new supply before.
Yeah.
That was an issue. So if you kind of got lucky, if you had to like wait for the next phase to be released, and they only released a certain amount of properties just because they had supply problems as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, the pricing's always a premium anyway for new homes, but it was just a little tougher because even the cost of material was really high, so it was difficult for the builder too.
Exactly. You did mention the condos initially.
Yeah.
How did that, like, I know when the COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
initially there was a dip in the condo market.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was just especially during COVID time because nobody wanted to be, in a little condo stuck there at home because there's really no space to go out. So those people definitely try to get out of their units, right? Just hang out somewhere else.
Yes.
But it's not like they can go hang out at a coffee shop easily or whatever. It's just not as comfortable, right? So
Everything was closed too, right? Everything was like shut down and
but that was before. But even now, it's just the after effects of it all. But with pricing, being so high now, then condos eventually caught up. Like I thought, they might have started to increase in even 2021, but it didn't happen until really 2022 when we started to finally see I guess we'll call it a reverse correction, like property values going up for condominiums. Even just last year too, some of them finally started hitting their peaks, which not to say they ever got back to their pre 2014 values. That was another thing altogether. But with condos, they had to become popular again because pricing got so high, people couldn't afford anything else.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. Like during that time, square footage was a big thing because you need bigger space, but all those different aspects like adaptability, comfort, and quality of life became more important in your mind as a consumer, right? And did that bring any changes into what kind of houses where people were looking? Like more
partly.
newer houses?
Sort of. I think it was just more of the house type that really changed. But with all this extra money, it seemed that was out there, people started doing more home renovations and stuff too.
Okay.
Just adapting their own spaces and making it more livable, developing a basement, turning a bedroom into an office space or something like that, or adding an extra bedroom somewhere or office somewhere as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even I had a couple of clients where both husband and wife has to work from home in their new houses, but that changed everything for how they were looking at the houses. Now they are looking more advanced feature houses. Like, they wanted separate offices, one in the basement, maybe one on the main floor.
For sure.
They need high internet plugins and all that stuff. Did you notice these changes in your client base?
Oh, no, for sure. Definitely. Just because with remote working people, you definitely had to set up some different spaces.
Yeah.
I think you even remember that one office in the closet in Airdrie.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah. They made
just
an
a temporary
office
space.
Yes.
Yeah.
They changed the front closet into an office. Oh, yeah. That was very neat too. Like, I liked it.
Yeah. No, they did a good job.
It was very nicely done. Yeah.
But there's also other aspects too, like technology.
Yes.
So like we got the smart technologies, the AI home features, like, Alexis, Google Home, smart devices, like all your plugs and lights and everything that you can just kind of like talk to your devices, and it basically sets all your different modes and everything for the house.
True.
I actually use that now.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. It's pretty handy. We use Google Home, and then we just have other, various plugs, light systems. You can even turn your TV on or off. It's like everything's linked together.
Yes.
I just say, hey Google, let's relax kind of thing. Whoops, I shouldn't be saying that in case my phone actually turns my TV on and everything at home, which it probably would. I'm like, are you listening?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got all that stuff. Even smart appliances, the automations that I'm talking about, you can link in your security system. So you can set things like that, musics, like video streaming, all that kind of stuff. And I guess the new AI features that are coming out too, it's kind of getting more interesting with the interaction. So
absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see where that goes next. I guess where's AI going? Where are these smart features going to come into play? It's just now we have such strong language models with our artificial intelligence, that I can see a lot of new home features coming out that just allows you to interact through verbal communication. And yeah, I could see that being an interesting aspect for real estate. Yeah.
I cannot wait to see what's in the future for in terms of real estate,
Yeah.
like what more can we bring into a house?
Kind of reminds me of like Iron Man and his AI that he talks to. I don't know if we ever get to that, but it's like, it was kind of like, you can see little bits of like, hey, we can kind of do that now, or we can do this now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that COVID thing really opened people to think about more saving about planet, more sustainability in the real estate. The construction methods has changed considerably.
Yeah.
What else did you notice in terms of construction of a house?
Solar. Solar
yes.
became more popular. It's just because it was so expensive. It was more of a, hey, let's get it to have it kind of thing and help the environment. But for a majority of people, it comes down to affordability. So does it make sense? Are you actually going to be saving money? But there were some builders, even during COVID time, like it was even just before. I remember Jamin had some net zero, I guess we'll call it, products where they actually had to insulate the home as well as part of like that whole thing, just so that there's less energy usage. And then they had sets of different panels, like, you can order this many panels for a certain percentage of your home energy, or you can do the net zero and you have to add this many panels and in this location, so that it's, I think it's more south facing, so you get more sun naturally.
Exactly.
So they had that sort of net zero product. I don't know. I haven't followed up with them recently, but I'm sure they probably got some similar types of things. And there's lots of people around, like all those solar companies coming around with all those, talking about all the grants. You can do this, you can do that. It'll pay for itself. Trying to show you some math. I think it's still on the expensive side, but there's a lot more people adapting.
Exactly.
To that technology.
I think builders have to change at that point, because more newer generation people coming in with money to buy houses, and they're really thinking about the planet and energy saving, because all these agendas on social media were spreading about saving the planet. And you mentioned, J-Man, they did made energy efficient homes, which actually helped the first time home buyers by getting 25% of their CMHSC fees back.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right?
That's right. Yeah. There's that program there as well.
And I think that was pretty good. That was very neat by
good incentive. Yeah.
Yes. Good incentive. Exactly. What else can we expect? Like we already seeing solar panels, even solar shingles coming into action.
Yeah, that's more in the US, I guess. I've seen that a little more, less in Canada. But I think home batteries, we kind of need a battery thing. Otherwise, it just goes back into the grid. But a home battery system, if we get onto, it seems like batteries are moving pretty quick because of all the cars and the development technologies there. So I don't know if we have to wait for a solid state battery or some other type of battery that'll eventually be invented or is in the works already. It's just one of those things. It's
could be.
It's in focus. So the research and development is being heavily invested into by various companies and business types around the world. So we'll have to see what comes out of that, because it could help homes as well, just in terms of energy storage.
You think modular homes were gonna make a comeback?
I don't know. Maybe not the modular like we thought before, but maybe construction techniques. Like we see lots of things worldwide where we're trying to do like 3D prints of like homes, for example.
Oh, yes.
There's all these different methods. I think eventually it'll be a trial and error type of thing. We got a lot of wood frame here, which isn't, the best, but maybe we can come up with some better material usage or recycling or something that'll be better environmentally.
There has definitely been upgrades in terms of insulation or how the ventilation works in the houses. In today's how something built in 2020 or plus years versus something built in 1980s. There's definitely difference in ventilation and insulation and how that works in a house, right?
Yeah.
And
sure. Standards changing all the time.
Exactly. I think a lot of things are changing in terms of houses there. Are we moving towards, say, green tech forward market?
Yeah, it seems like that's a thing. And it's smart. Like, obviously, we got to be more sustainable. as a society. So naturally, I think we're going to get there. Otherwise, we're just going to drive ourselves dry with resource issues and stuff. But
Exactly.
yeah, we'll hopefully kind of get there. But,
Okay.
we're a long ways away from it, from a whole lot. But a lot of different countries are doing different things, so we can probably adapt some of the other methods
Exactly.
that are out there.
A lot of new construction with eco-certified homes or tech-integrated homes are it's being done on the outside of the city because that's where the new land is available.
Yeah, new builds and everything.
Exactly.
Or maybe some new luxury or tear downs from old areas or something.
Yes, that's
or like infills.
that's what that
Mhm.
was my question. Like how the value effects versus something built outside the city and something inner city.
Well, it just comes down to land value, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Like otherwise, you'll get condos with new technology that's being built maybe, in the inner city or something. You'll get some of that, or else you have to pay an arm and a leg just to get your home that you want, that you could get for a lot cheaper in more of a suburban area towards the edge of the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Canada government has came out with a new GST rebate for first-time home buyers. They get full 100% GST rebate on houses up to $1 million.
Yeah, and then scalable after.
Exactly. Should they be doing something to more to get these new eco-friendly homes, more popular? Like any incentives?
I don't know. It's kind of difficult, I guess, because there has to be savings on the builder side as well. Like how much does it cost for the builder to construct that? There's kind of like a balancing act, I think, with that. But I think as time progresses and certain things are manufactured more and pricing comes down on it, then eventually, it'll just keep, adapting and coming into our real estate marketplace.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. If all the viewers listening to this podcast, what would be the final takeaway?
In terms of the evolution,
Yes.
well, I think, we obviously got a long way to go before we get to like a sustainable level, but we're going in the right direction. Technology is kind of helping us get there. So I think with our technology, this should be an interesting time. I think it'll be kind of fun. Even just some of these automations are interesting in itself, and the new technologies coming in for construction. It'll be fun just to see what comes up in the next, say 10 years.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's in the future.
For sure.
Let's move on to our next segment of this podcast.
Yep.
That will be communities.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want me to start with Varsity?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've lived there a few times, so definitely know the area.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Like I'm in Lakeview right now. It's kind of got a similar feel to it because it's similar age.
Yes.
It's just the trees, the parks, all that kind of stuff. So the good thing about Varsity is just so close to everything. You got the hospital, you got the mall, you got the university, park spaces. Like you can drive, out of the city. It's just easy to get in and out.
Yes. Oh,
so, you got a lot going for it. You got a golf course on that one side as well. So
Oh, wow. Nice.
yeah,
I didn't know about that.
No, because that's the estate area, the Varsity Estates neighborhood, which is a little further west of like 53rd Street. That has the golf course and like some ravine spots and stuff as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's pretty nice. Yeah, got a few friends and clients on that side, and lots of clients on the other side as well.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
no, it's a popular spot. Yeah, you got lots of good like schools and stuff, and also, of course, can't miss it, the walkable C train location.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the mall has all your groceries and stuff too, and then even the university district is really close, and it's got lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the home price range there?
Oh, it goes. Yeah, it's pretty tough to get into. Like you're probably in the 600s for like something like for a home, for example, like a detached home. That'll be like a big reno project kind of thing, like original condition.
Okay.
Right? So, and then if you're getting into the 700s, you're kind of at more of a, might be some updates here or there, but still needs a bunch of work.
Okay.
8s to 9s, you're starting to get in some of the renovation projects. And then $1 million plus, they'll be more renovated, a little more modern. And then, of course, the estate side, then it's well over $1 million. You go pretty high with that. But lots of, the older style homes, lots of bungalows, split levels, except for the estate side will have more of those 2 stories as
Oh, yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
The larger lots on the estate side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you got a few of those apartments in there, but I just remembered some of those apartments were, or those condo style apartment ones. They have really high condo fees,
Okay.
and a couple of those old buildings because they were just built in the 80s and it just wasn't managed as well back then. The rules were a lot different.
Okay.
I do remember that
Yeah.
part. There was there's some nice townhome projects in there, and there are some newer condo ones as well. Those projects are a little bit better.
Mhm.
So it's just good for being close to the, the university.
Okay. Yeah.
In that aspect.
Definitely.
And then of course you got tons of schools in there.
Yeah.
Had to write them down, like F.E. Osborne School, Marion Carson, St. Vincent de Paul, Varsity Acres School, and there was a few others in there. And of course the University of Calgary here.
It's
Yeah.
just right there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. But pretty cool community.
Absolutely. I'm gonna cover Copperfield today.
Sure.
Okay. Why? Because a lot of my clients found their first home or investments in Copperfield,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked a lot there.
Right.
I recently sold a house in Copperfield, and I just got a call yesterday about one of my clients who bought in Copperfield, and they are ready to sell at a profit.
Right. Nice.
And
Yeah.
so I'm gonna list an apartment there. So if anybody's looking, can contact me.
Yeah.
Copperfield is I think it's really good for someone who's looking to buy a bigger house with not spending too much money in there. You know,
Mhm.
you got those bigger lots
Yeah.
backing onto stony, bigger houses. It's really family oriented community.
Yeah.
Got lots of parks and ponds and pathways. We got recreational facilities between Copperfield and Mahogany,
Right.
and we got schools. So we got
Mhm.
I think 3 or 4 schools plus some Catholic schools as well.
Yeah.
House designs. We got detached homes, townhouses, semi-detached apartments. It's a mix of
Oh, for
communities,
sure.
with lots of parks around them.
Yeah.
We also got the biggest shopping center there on 130th.
Oh yeah, 130 says everything.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
The transportation and connectivity to the C train. It's just 25 minutes to the downtown. Good transit system in place
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. Safe. It's a safe neighborhood. Demographic wise, like compared to some communities in Calgary,
Yeah.
it is very nice. And if you're looking for something quick and ready to go, I think Copperfield is the place to go.
Yeah, they have lots of good starter homes, and like you can kind of get in at any level you want with amenities all around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it for me on
Cool.
Copperfield.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
let's skip to the next segment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna host this part.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna do our version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Okay.
Can't say
Perfect.
you're gonna get $1 million from this. but
Okay.
Yeah, we'll sell $1 million property instead.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So
Yeah.
you can, if you like, you can use the 50-50, make a call, have a
Okay.
hint. Not sure you're gonna need it, but it's
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to make some tricky, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And there's a memory test on this one
Okay.
as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
first
ready.
question. What was a type of electrical used in the early 1900s? A, knob and tube. B, copper cascade. C, string method steel. Or D, Uncle Joe's wiring.
Ooh, Uncle Joe's. No, I think it's knob and tube.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was an easier one just to
Easier
get you
one.
warmed up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, for sure. You knew that one.
I should have
well
used.
before our time, but we still run into it every once in a while.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I should have used a 50-50 maybe on this one.
No, I think you got it. A few tricky ones in there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But this one, a little tougher, but I'm sure you'll get
Okay.
it. Which of the following is not a Calgary community? A, Harvest Heights. B, Springbank Hill. C, Cougar Ridge. Or D, Cliff Bungalow.
If I have to use a lifeline on this one,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it will look good
No,
because of me being a realtor. I should
Yeah.
know this, and
Yeah.
it is Harvest Heights.
that's right. Yeah, Harvest Hills is the neighborhood.
Yes,
Tried to throw a little mix in there, but Cliff Bungalow is a trickier one too, since it's so small.
it's
But
so small. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
yeah. But yeah, most people get it, and you've
Yeah.
been around for a while, so I know
Yeah.
you're gonna get those. I know you're gonna get those. This one here, which of these communities doesn't have a lake?
Okay.
Yeah. So we got A, Midnapore, B, Sundance, C, Auburn Bay, and D, Silverado.
Silverado
Yeah.
is the one with without lake.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you got it for sure. Okay.
Perfect.
I know these aren't too difficult, but
Thank you.
yeah.
You.
That's good. Testing your real estate knowledge.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Bonus round.
right. Oh yeah.
What is Dave Williams' favorite house type?
Okay.
A, walkout 2-story. B, walkout bungalow. C, 4-level split. Or D, loft style apartment.
I like to use a lifeline here. Yeah.
Lifeline. Yeah. It's memory. We had this in our past podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I know this one, but
'Kay.
I still like to be because I
100%
got
sure?
yeah.
Okay.
I got lifeline, so I'm gonna use 50-50 here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut it down the middle.
'Kay.
So we have A, walkout 2-story, or B, walkout bungalow.
A walkout bungalow.
Okay. You got
Yes.
it. You got it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
For sure. Awesome.
Well,
Well, that's it.
That's it. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, everyone, for watching this. This is me, Apram Singh, and my friend Dave Williams, and we'll see you in the next one.